Alright, YouTube. I want to talk a little bit about these cheap traction bars that I got off of eBay, or you can also get them off Temu or whatever. I think I paid $150 for these off of eBay with the sale. These are built for a 60s Dodge Dart, I believe was the listing, late 60s and 70s. Pretty simple kit. You know who these are modeled after if you're looking at this video. They really don't try to hide it. That's okay. Compared to the $450 you pay to Caltrac, it's a pretty solid set that they give you. A couple of weird things about it. You know, it uses metric hardware. So if you want to replace it with a normal Heim joint, you might have a little bit of trouble finding one. That's probably fine. There's ways you can get around it for sure. Like some of these bolts are kind of a strange size. This is, you know, slightly over 3/4. So you'd have to put a spacer in there or something if you wanted to run a normal standard US bolt. They do have a little tab on them to run a shock. I'm gonna probably get an adapter for mine. You'll kind of see here in a second. They give you these bolts that go with it that I assume is for mounting the shock up, but I'm not going to use those. They also give you these two different spring inserts to change your rubber mounts to solid. That's what Caltrac recommends when you run their kit. And there's also a insert that goes inside of it to run your bolt through. So given all of that, the only trouble I ran into was my particular car uses a 1/2-inch bolt for the front leaf spring mount, and these run a 5/8. My car is actually a Pinto, so probably should run a 5/8 bolt anyway. This thing's got an LS in it. I'm gonna shut this heater off. But I got one side installed already. I'm probably gonna paint these. This gray is kind of a weird color, but just kind of give you an idea of how these work. This pin is about 20.5 inches from the center of the pin on the axle to the front spring mount, and this is pretty much perfect in terms of bar length. So I think a lot of your standard muscle cars would probably be able to use these without problem. You know, they fit in there pretty nice. I don't got a flashlight handy, but you know they fit in the stock mount just fine. The only thing is that this bracket hangs pretty low. I don't know if I'm gonna modify that at some point. There's just a lot of space between the spring and the bar, so I think the instant center is gonna be kind of thrown off. But for the price, I'm totally fine with that if I got to section those down a little bit. But yeah, these you know, they got it properly done, so it's left-hand, right-hand thread. So this bar, spreader bar works just fine. So I think it's going to be a pretty good bit of kit for the money. So just wanted to show you how that all works in case you think about getting it for yourself. You know, these brackets are pretty beefy, all things considered. So I think this is like 3/16 steel, something like that. So there you go. That's how thick it is. So just want to give you a idea of what you're looking at here if you do end up wanting to buy these. So anyway, cheers guys.